Motivation is a scam, and you have been living in that scam, being robbed by it, still robbed by it. If you don't watch this video to the end, you keep on being robbed by it. Hold up. I know you're going to be saying, but Philly, you create motivational content, you create content that inspires, that talks to people, that gives advice. Why are you saying this right now? Have you taken an evil potion? Have you been hypnotized? Have you been bought? Have you been abducted by aliens? No. I'm still very much alive, and this is the reason I said this. So why did I say this? Of course, I'm a very big advocate of teaching, inspiring, and motivating. But one thing I always stand for is the truth, and I believe in telling the truth, because half a truth is worse than a lie. In case you don't know that. So motivation, as the only thing you need to succeed in life, is half a truth. And that's dangerous, because it really affected me. And I'm not just saying this because I choose to say it. I'm saying it because I am a victim of this thing. The idea promoted is that motivation is the only resource you need to achieve success. And that's actually what is a scam. Most people understand this. They know the truth. They understand that, they know that motivation is not some people know that motivation is not the only thing you need to be successful. But then they still say it, they still fill your ears with it, either because they want to exploit you, or they want to get you at a state where they can pitch something to you. And of course, sales is more of emotion than logic. So when they get you in that highly emotional state, that's where they tell you about their products, that's where they tell you about services, and of course, you're being led to buy. So someone promoting the idea that motivation is the only resource you need to achieve success is either doing it to exploit you, or is doing it unconsciously, probably for something else. Some people, they understand that motivational videos get more visibility and more engagement, so they just choose to go down that route. They don't even understand. They just, motivational video, okay, let's go into that route. And they just post motivational videos just for the likes and for the views. But I'm here to tell you the hard truth that you might not accept, but then is the truth. The truth is, motivation is but a part of an equation. Motivation in itself is not a scam. Motivation gets you started, of course. But the truth is, it doesn't keep you going, and it doesn't get you finished. A lot of people get started. You started a business before, you started a business venture before, you started a YouTube channel before, you started a TikTok account before, you started a lot of things. And most of these things you started were because you were motivated to do it. Either you watched a motivational video, you started workouts before, you started trying to learn a new language before. Everybody has started something. But did you finish it? That's the main question. The experts you see, the big people you see, the successful people you see, all started, went through, and finished. So the game is not about the winner. The winner at the end of the day is not who started, it's who finished. And the truth is, motivation does not get you finished. Motivation doesn't even keep you going. Okay, it only gets you started. Now, what is the full equation of success? Now, there are a lot of equations to success. People tell you hard work, there are a lot of things, but basically it's all boiled down to this: motivation plus consistency plus commitment. That's what gives you success. Now, the tricky thing is, you can actually be consistent but not committed. So you keep on showing up, posting your video every day, making, you keep on posting on TikTok, keep on posting on Instagram, keep on running ads, keep on doing a lot of things consistently. You do it consistently, but still you're not seeing results. You're still not seeing the record success you have in mind. Why? I was consistent with my Duolingo. A period came in my life when I was extremely busy, but I was consistent with my Duolingo. I didn't lose my day streak, but I was not committed. I just came and did one lesson, repeated a lesson. Now it's records that I did a lesson for that day, but it was a repeated lesson, or a very, very easy lesson I knew how to do. I was not committed to it, because being committed to it means you go through the levels. The lesson for you for that day is what you do. You don't go about repeating a lesson. All right, posting randomly every single day on TikTok, quite all right. You're being consistent, but you're not committed, because commitment means you are looking at the videos that you posted yesterday and day before yesterday to know why, number one, this one performed well. Secondly, why this didn't perform well. Thirdly, what you can do to make these other ones that didn't perform well actually perform well. So being committed to something, what gets you started? Denzel Washington once said this. He said, motivation gets you started, consistency gets you going. But more importantly, if you want to hit the finish line, commitment to the task, commitment to the journey, commitment to the result, what you want, the purpose, that is what gets you the results you're looking for. So if you keep on promoting just motivation, people wake up every morning thinking they need to be feeling high. People wake up every morning thinking they need to be feeling all pumped up before they can do what they're supposed to do. But that is where you've been scammed. Because the truth is, you don't wake up. There are some days you wake up depressed. There are some, not depressed per se, depressed is like a deep word, but there are some days you wake up tired. There are some days you wake up weak. There are some days you wake up unmotivated. Exactly. You don't just want to do what you know you're supposed to do. Now, if you keep on waiting for that kick to come in, believe me, you're not going to build $1 billion business like that. Okay? So I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why motivation alone is not going to get you where you want to go. The motivation on its own is actually very, very dangerous. Extremely dangerous, because first of all, motivation gives you an illusion of productivity. When you're done watching a motivational video, when someone speaks to you and like talks to you, says the right things you needed to hear at that period in time, at that point in time, you feel so motivated that you disillusion yourself to think that you have done something productive, but you haven't done it. You haven't even carried out any action. So motivation deceives your brain to think that you have been productive for that day. When you're done watching a motivational workout video, you feel so pumped up to work out and everything. And in that, I know there's a word that most people use, but I don't like using that word. You feel so much energy that it looks like you have been productive for that day. That's an illusion. You haven't done anything at all. And the mistake is that people actually settle down with it. So I was that kind of person that when I'm done watching a video about how you can be successful in life, you learn a big thing like that, you get that aha moment, you're like, oh my God, I need to rest from this information, from this revelation I just got. Let me plan. And then you're planning and you're writing things for tomorrow. That's what motivation does to you. Motivation keeps you in this state of, you feel so excited, you can't even start doing that. You need to preserve that motivation. You want to keep it for the next day or for the next 2 hours. No, that's how dangerous motivation can be. But then if you understand the full cycle, that motivation gets you started quite all right. Motivation should just be, if you act at the moment of motivation, I promise you, your life would actually change. If at that moment where you feel motivated to do something, you do it immediately, you don't postpone it, you don't just wait to savor the moment of motivation, you do it immediately, your life will change if you carry out more actions as fast as you're being motivated to do them. Second thing is, motivation creates dependency. There are most people that most of their biggest achievements were done when they were motivated, when they were highly motivated. Now they think that they can't do any other thing if they are not as motivated as this. So you become addicted to the results you get when you were highly motivated. You don't understand that motivation is a visitor. It comes and goes. It's emotional. All right. The first day you did your first 10 push-ups, it was because you were done watching a video. Now, for you to do your push-up the next day, you have to play music that pumps you up first before you get down on the ground. It doesn't work that way. A point came in my life where I actually had to turn off music. If I want to work out, I just get on the ground and start working out. I don't need any sense of motivation. Even when it comes to prayers, there are some people that you can't actually spend time with God if there's no music playing, there's no alto, the voice has to be alto, soprano, if there's no band in the background, if there's that's really bad. You need something to spur you up, and you think that that's normal. You're depending on it. You can't do this without this. It's very simple. So you can't get to work if you haven't, gotten into the mood, and that mood never comes. Again, it's a visitor. Motivation is a visitor. The landlord is discipline, and discipline is like a modern name for consistency and commitment. That's the landlord. If you really want to attain success in life, you need to mix motivation. It's motivation and discipline, not just motivation or discipline. You see people always, before they carry out action, they're looking for the next quote, they're looking for the next motivational video. And you see people spend hours on Instagram binge watching motivational videos. And at the end of the day, they wake up, they are done, and they feel so pumped up, but they'll do nothing. That's energy you're wasting there. Most of your energy should not be spent on looking for what motivates you. You should just have one why that is lasting, a very strong why. What's the reason you want to do what you want to do? That is there every single day, looking at you. You don't need to watch a video to get into, you don't need to watch a video to be reminded of that thing. And why it changes, like I've said in most of my videos. Your why changes. Your why is not one big thing. Your why could just be, you want to make your mom happy. Most people think that your why should be, I want to make a change in the world. I want to become the best of the best. I want to, shake the world and shape the world, shape the culture of the world, global. Yes, there are some people that is their why. But of course, your why, God will not place a demand where he has not invested in. You can't be struggling to eat, and your biggest why, what keeps you motivated everything, like what gets you going every day, is to change the world. No, you have to start somewhere. That's the truth. So if you're that kind of person that is still waiting for the big why to come, land in your mind one single, start with something. Try to give the people around you the best life possible. When you have it, it will change, because you have that mindset that your why changes. The mistake that most people make is when they have that why, they think that is the why that do it. When they now achieve those things, they've given these people the best life, they've bought all the clothes they could possibly buy, they bought the cars, they built the houses. They think that, oh, since this was my why, what else is remaining to do? No, your why changes. You keep on asking God for it in every level and every season of your life. Okay? So, yes, that's exactly, probably I ranted there, but then it's because I was affected by this for like years, by these motivational people who just come and tap into your brain, feeding you with this BS that you can only be successful if you're motivated. You just need to get into the affirmations, you did do all these things. All these things, not even all of them, but most of these things, they are needful. You need to do it, but not do them alone. You need to do them in consistency with the principle. Principle is, when you're motivated, it's an internal feeling. You need to reproduce that motivation into action, because it's the action that gets you results, not the motivation. If motivation got you results, believe me, everybody will be a billionaire. So what do you need to do exactly if you want to balance this very well? If you don't want to depend so much on motivation, this is what you need to do. Build routines, build systems, because we as human beings, we cannot be fully consistent for a long period of time. Okay? We are imperfect. So that perfect, you want to wake up every morning fully gagged up and everything. No, it doesn't work that way. So you need to predict and prepare for inconsistencies. That's what makes you become who you want to be. Yes, I said consistency and commitment, but there are some days that you might be inconsistent. What do you do on those days? Do you give up? No. So instead of just relying solely on motivation, build routines. What do you do every single day? What are the things you do in the morning? There are some things you actually do in the morning that gets you ready for the day, that gets you prepared for the day, that possibly could even get you motivated for the day. All right? So you should have routines for your personal life. For your businesses, you should have systems, things that run on autopilot regardless of your mood, regardless of what is happening. The second thing you need to do is, again, most of us have been affected by our environment. In fact, majority environments play a huge role in the person we later become in life. But there are some of us that can't even control our environment. Like, you were born in the ghetto, you can't do anything about that. You can't even move out. You don't have anybody in the city. Those kind of environments, it's understandable. There's some of us that are born in environments that lack privileges. There are certain privileges of life you lack. That is understandable. But then you need to understand that you can't create your own environment, your little corner in the room. All right? Your little corner in the room that you've stayed in that environment, you know the best time. Your own time could be late in the night. That is where everywhere is quiet. That's where you can read. That's where you can do this. create your own environment. Basically, the environment you create for yourself should be able to make being productive less harder. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, I tell you. But then you should work on making the routines you build for yourself, the environment you create for yourself should work towards making it less hard for yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, you know you have to probably read a book for an hour, do your quiet time, meditate. You put your phone on DND. I don't understand why some people why can someone call you by 1 a.m. and your phone rings? Why? You have no control over your life. My phone literally goes into DND like for the past 3 years now. DND, 10 a.m., 10 p.m., from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. My phone is on DND. So if you call me, I will not know. Literally, I have my peace from then. Alright? So you should have some kind of control over your little environment. You should just have some kind of control over your time, your energy, your little environment. Okay? So you shut off social media, you can hide apps, anything that takes away 2 minutes of your time, 3 minutes of your time. You are able to create your own little environment. You have control over that, your little environment, your time, your phone, your energy, your attention. You have control, full control. If you don't have control over the full environment, trust me, you have control over that little one. And you have to make use of this control very well. The Bible even says, to whom much is given, much is expected. So the little you have, if you don't make use of it, good use of it, it will be taken from you. Okay? So you can create your own little environment and make the best out of it. The last thing I would advise you do is a hack, a 5-minute hack. Our brain is not always resistant to doing things. Our brain is most of the time, our brain and our body is mostly resistant to starting things. Have you ever woken up one morning and you know you're supposed to do your workout, but then you're not feeling like doing it? You don't feel like doing the workout. But when for some reason you just get on the ground and you do the first 3 push-ups, you're ready to go, you're ready to hit the gym, you're ready to go for that day. Do you understand? So your brain and body are not, whenever you see yourself being resistant to do something, just understand, say, okay, let me just do this for the next 5 minutes. You set your timer, put on 5 minutes and say, this book I don't want to read that I've been delaying to read, let me just start reading it for the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes in, if I'm still not feeling like it, I'll stop it. That's the 5 minutes hack. You know you have to meditate, set your timer. Just as a thought comes to your mind, you want to resist it, set your timer immediately. 5 minutes, you do it for 5 minutes. Get on the ground, do the push-up, do that thing you're supposed to do. Just do it for 5 minutes. Just tell your brain, I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. That's all. And then 5 minutes into it, trust me, you're going to, of course, you're not going to get the hang of it and start. And at the end of the day, you might end up doing, at the end of the day, you would probably complete what you were supposed to do. All right. So these are just some things you could add to your journey to make it easier for you, and mix it with your motivation, wherever you get your motivation from, plus consistency and commitment. Remember, half-truths are worse than full lies. So in every single thing, before you take in a belief, analyze it very well. Those people that told you that you just need to be motivated, when you're motivated, motivation is what gives you success. No, it's motivation, consistency, commitment. There are a lot of things. You need to build your skill stack, negotiations, your mindset, everything. These are just things that collate to give you success, whatever success means to you. I believe you've got some value from this video, even though it's this short. I believe you got some value from this video. If you got value from this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Share this video with just 3 of your friends. No more, no less. 3 of them who you want to change their lives. And most of you have been asking me, young business owners have been asking me, how do they start a business? How do they scale it? What do I need to do? How do I scale it in this time and age? I recorded a video, a 60-minute video. If you know you're a young business owner or you're an aspiring young business owner, you must watch that video. It's one of the top performing, it's one of my best performing videos. All right, I'll link it in the description. Watch that video so you understand how you can start a business, how you can scale your business in this time and era. The right tools you need to scale your businesses as a young person, because we are the ones that are taking over the world. As always, where you are right now is not your final destination. I shall see you at the top. For now, Lock in and represent.